Monday.
Oh, Monday. Just another manic Monday.
Oh.
Anyway. We can stop singing now. We'll scare I will scare everyone away.
Why? They can join in.
Yes. Do y'all want to sing with us? How is everyone doing this week?
Oh, I'm doing okay. I've got some intestinal distress.
Oh dear.
Yeah, a little gassy today and yesterday. But other than that, I'm great. Aren't you glad I shared?
Kathy's here. Marcy's here.
Kathy Wiseman, I got your little note saying, that you were sad you missed the sale, but I'm just happy you wanted to come.
I think I was in bed already.
Hi, Marcy, too.
7 o'clock last night. Yeah.
How are you doing? Yeah. Both of you ladies, how was your weekend? Anything eventful? Did you do any shopping? Who's starting their Christmas shopping early?
Oh, I started Christmas shopping like the day after Christmas.
I don't.
I do.
Usually we only buy. Oh, Susan! Susan, I forgot to tell you, I got my spoon late because the spoon you sent me came in the mail when I was in Texas, and Scott had set it aside and forgot about it. But I did open it and I love it. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Hello, Diane.
Hi, Diane. And Mona did what? And Karen. What, Heather? Did you say you are windy? Oh, my goodness. Karen. I could knock you over up there in Canada. I'm so windy.
No. It's just life. We're all just living life here.
Yeah.
I woke up with vertigo this morning. So, things just happen.
Which is awful. I hate it when I have that. And I'm bumping into the wall. Like, I can't, I'm actually like falling into the wall.
Yeah. So and I don't have anybody who could drive me to work, and driving with vertigo is probably not recommended. So I was like, okay, not going to the office today. I'm going to have to sit here and move my head as little as possible, which for the most part worked.
Ooh, Diane. Amethyst glass.
Does she like black amethyst, or is she like just purple? Because I like black amethyst.
Sorry about that, Karen.
We can blame you for El Nino this winter.
Uh-huh.
I'm trying, Susan. I just have water tonight, not even tea. But since we didn't have last weekend, we went to a Christmas in the Barn event, which there will be a video for that eventually. But I have pictures to share from it.
Mm-hmm.
Because they felt appropriate to share. So I'm gonna.
Yeah.
And they have antiques there, but it's not. There used to be a lot of antiques at this, and but they're the ones who opened the antique store where I got my fancy chair. So most of their antiques are now always there instead of being at the barn. There were still a few things that I got, Heather got to see one of the things that I got last week, but I'll show it eventually. I might have to do that live because you need interaction for that, but that's to come in the future because I have 3 videos before that one happens.
I know. I'm gonna have to really move it along.
I mean, I have one edited and ready to go. Every time I go to bed, I'm like, I should let it upload while I'm sleeping, and then I forget.
I don't sleep well, for whatever reason, hormones and other things.
Sleeping's all I like.
I really like to sleep. I wake up and then I can't go back to sleep.
Yeah.
But because of that, I'm always really tired during the day. So I'm like lately, I've been going to, like, I am in bed by 7 o'clock. Mm-hmm. I'm usually asleep by about 8:30. Yeah. So, yeah,
Catherine.
I don't have a lot of time. Like I keep telling Scott, like after the sale last night, I said, I bet most people start packing already. And I said, I need to go lay down. I can't do it. I have to spread everything out because I get.
Well, if it's an evening sale, I can't pack after it. Like, it wipes me out. That's why I did afternoon ones for so long.
Yeah.
Because then I can rest a little bit, recuperate, and then start the packing process. But let me start with, so I saw some rustic reborns at this that I thought were cute and I wanted to share. So these are
trees.
They cut them out of doors, old doors.
Oh.
And then they decorated with, doorknobs, door knockers.
Oh, I see.
Various kinds of bells. So I just thought they were cute. There was one with a lion on it that looks like the lion on my mantle. And I was like, oh, I want that. But it came in like a set of 2 or 3. And that was more than I needed. So I was like, okay.
Oh, they were selling them as like a set of 3 trees?
Yeah. 2 to 3 trees. And so I was like, I don't need 3 trees, but I appreciate it. So I took a picture. And then these were also for sale where they took bits of like table legs and other turned things.
Mm-hmm. And just, maybe fence posts.
Yeah, and plopped some bottle brush trees on top. And I just liked it as a whole.
Yes. Love it. Love it as a whole. I love it.
It would be cute on a mantle, like a bunch of
these. Yeah.
Just to add some height. And then this other one, this was a whole separate company, but she takes quilts and turns them into ponchos and jackets.
They had a bunch of those at...
I was sorely tempted.
At, what is it? Junk Gypsy in Texas. There was a vendor outside of the Junk Gypsy store. There was a vendor who did this too. The jackets they're just darling. I've been tempted.
And they're warm.
You know it.
Because they're quilts.
Yep.
And actually, this is a sewing project I could probably do.
Really? I could never. Never.
Because, it's all done together, So, like, you just need some edge binding to finish wherever you cut. And then maybe some buttonholes if you want to do buttons.
Do they have hoods?
Some of them have hoods.
I couldn't do it. Poncho Quilt Life, Catherine says.
Oh, Catherine. So I think since I've had such good luck at the bins with bedding, I was like, maybe if I go back sometime, I'll find some quilts. And I can make myself a jacket or a poncho.
Mm-hmm.
I really like the duster length ones. I'm basically wearing a furry blanket right now.
Yeah.
So good. So you've got a dandy DIY.
I just thought especially the one on the left, obviously is advanced.
Mm-hmm.
But the one on the right, I think it's adorable. I would definitely do this if I, could download the shape and I would put it in more of a wood frame, but I think it's really cute. I like the idea, and it looks fairly easy to do.
Well, if you have a Cricut or a Silhouette.
Oh, I don't.
Even easier.
Okay.
because it'll cut it for you.
Yeah, that's where all the work is. So
yeah. So I don't know, maybe since I still haven't sent your present, maybe I'll cut you out a Santa silhouette to stick in there.
Cute.
So wait, let me write that down or I'll forget. There we go. This is my writing face. Okay. There we go. I can do that. I just have to see if I have black paper. I don't know. Okay. So this is also from the Christmas in the Barn, but these were 2 displays that they had up that I thought we as glass lovers could incorporate. So they had this tree shape, but they just filled it with clear glass.
Mm-hmm.
And it was so pretty in person. The picture doesn't do it justice. Because they also had like mirrored trays underneath the clear glass. So it was just sparkly and pretty. And
do you think they bought the metal stand pre-made?
I don't know, because I couldn't figure out what it was, or if they made it themselves. Mm-hmm. Because I think there are shelves that are like that, because that can come apart and stack inside of itself.
Oh, okay.
But I don't know if they made it or if they purchased it, because this one is metal.
It looked metal. I just assumed it was a stationary, not particularly modular piece.
Yeah. And it kind of reminds me, so there are like gym steps that are very similar to this, like for stepping exercises. Mm-hmm. That's like, I wonder if it's an old version of that. But
Kathy Wiseman took a hooded sweatshirt and added fabric to the outside.
Hey,
maybe I could do that, Kathy.
What idea are you stealing?
No, maybe
poncho.
Yeah, maybe
steal it. I don't think I think a lot of people have had that idea, so just
yeah. I've mostly seen the long coats and then the cute little cropped coats. I haven't seen as many ponchos.
I like the poncho.
Hi,
less sewing involved.
Mm-hmm.
Just finishing, really. And then this is a tree they made out of wood, and they filled it with milk glass.
Cute.
And as I was,
she likes the Santa. Me too, Catherine.
Do it. Yeah. Okay. And then, wait,
you lost a slide? Maybe.
No, I've done this tablescape.
You did this one already?
Yeah.
Well, hell.
Because it's still gorgeous. I love the purple.
I'm sorry, you guys.
And the gold. Because I shared it because it had 2 things in it that I don't normally like, but that I liked in this tablescape.
I remember now the Libby glasses.
The Libby glasses and the hunting plates.
Guys. Sorry about the repetition.
That's all right.
I like
to stop for a minute. I was like, did I actually? Or
well, I like the brown transferware, and then I really liked the glass pumpkin on the wood slices, with the leaves. I thought
that's a gorgeous glass pumpkin.
It is a beautiful glass pumpkin. Did you see when Catherine went to that art studio where they had all of the glass pumpkins on tables outside and they're having the sale?
Mm-hmm.
So many beautiful ones.
Blinko does one of those. They do a pumpkin patch sale every fall, but I've never gone to it. Hey, Christy.
Christy wasn't feeling good either. She was having issues with dizziness today too.
It's just it's not a good day.
Yeah.
Oh, Monday. So I chose just pumpkins, little pumpkins in all colors for Well, this could be for Thanksgiving.
Yeah, it could.
I mean, whatever your color scheme is, just paint your pumpkins.
Yeah. I mean,
these colors were so rich and pretty, and I was just like, ooh, sumptuous.
Yes. On the left, it looks more royal blue, and on the right, it looks more.
So these are two different tables.
Oh, okay.
Two different tables, and I have more. So, like here, we've got teal and cream, and then we've got more rustic, but they all have pumpkins and pine cones.
Yeah, pumpkins and pine cones. I could do that.
Things you can find.
Things you can find
pretty easily. So that was my tablescape inspiration. Oh, here's another one.
Oh yeah,
actually this is the top view of that one.
That one. I like the peacock color scheme for Thanksgiving is great.
Mm-hmm. And the muted greens. Oh, lovely. We're all sick. Turkeys, where's Laura?
Well, I thought, have to celebrate
the video that I have edited and need to post has another turkey plate in it.
I mean, this is a fantastic turkey collection. I found my first turkey this year.
Yeah.
So I'm on my way.
Well, Laura got her platter, and then she found a turkey planter. I think would work for silverware and stuff.
Yeah.
And then I found another plate, which will be visible soon. As soon as I remember to upload it. So we've seen a china cupboard like this before.
But not this one.
And when I saw this, I was like, well, maybe they'll tell me who made these plates, because I've seen these plates in the green and the pink in other table settings that we've done. And so these plates are made by Ginori 1735, which was an old china house in Italy that was purchased by Gucci. So these plates expensive.
These are money.
These are money, but they're pretty.
They
this
are.
This particular line is Oriente Italiano.
Wow.
But I remember because I had a tablescape that used these pink transferware, and I was like, I've never seen pink before, because they're new. They're not.
Okay.
They're not vintage or antique. They're antique inspired, but they're gorgeous. Absolutely. So I just wanted to look at them and thought you would appreciate them.
Yes.
But yeah, if you want to see how much they are, just type in Ginori 1735 and you can see. But some people might get these as a gift. They might not want them. They could end up in your neighborhood thrift stores. So
they could.
Keep an eye out.
Only most of the darn thrift stores keep looking stuff up.
Yeah. Ooh.
Okay, so this I couldn't find a pretty really Instagram picture of these, but this is a collection I want to find, thrift, start, and I haven't. Especially the ones with the pewter and the alabaster. Haven't found any, but I really would like to start a collection of these. I have one little marble vase, kind of like the ones on the bottom. It's more of a maroon color, but I really love the mix alabaster colors so much. I want some alabaster ones.
I like the ones with the metal.
Yeah, I did, but I haven't found any of those. But I still it's just one of those things of, I want some of these and I would like to collect them. And I think it's a great collection to celebrate, even though I don't have it yet.
Pretty. And they're heavy too. They can double as a
little paperweight.
Also, my media must. They're kind of all over the place. So I binge watched the show. It's French. Lupin. he's a thief,
Mm-hmm.
but he's an engaging thief, and he's not, it's more of a steal from the rich kind of situation. But the only way I can tie it to vintage and antique is that one of his first big heists in the show is this necklace, which supposedly belonged to Marie Antoinette.
Oh.
However, of course I dove deep into it. I was like, is this really like a recreation of Marie Antoinette necklace? And there are elements that they took from a Marie Antoinette necklace, but this was just a full creation for the show. But it's fun. And it's apparently based on, so the guy's name is not Lupin. He imitates a book character, Arsène Lupin, who is basically like French Sherlock Holmes.
Oh.
And now I kind of want to find those books and read them because he's a gentleman thief.
He's a gentleman thief.
Mm-hmm. That's his shtick. Popular with the ladies.
Right.
Yeah. Except Arsène Lupin had a top hat and like a monocle. Okay. It's like 1800s, so a little different. But this show was highly entertaining, and there will be another season. So there are 3 seasons out currently, and then there's another one coming. So that's on Netflix. Should you be interested?
Very cool. Oh, and so it's on Netflix. That's good, because I was going to ask you.
Yep.
I will definitely look for it. So
they have it in dubbed and in subtitles.
English subtitles. Great. Yeah. Even better.
I prefer subtitles, but that's just me.
Lately, I'm too busy, so I need to hear it because I'm doing other stuff.
Well, yeah, I can only do that when I can pay attention.
Yeah.
Though with French, it's much easier. So like with my K-dramas, I really have to pay attention. But I have studied French, so I can, muddle along if I'm not staring at every single word on the screen. It's been nice. I was like, hey, I remember a lot more than I thought I did.
That's good. You need to brush up on it, Angela.
Yeah, so
I say in 2 years. No, in 2 years. I want to go to France, and I need someone who speaks French. So
okay. I mean, I have a lifetime to both Rosetta Stone and Babel, so
yeah,
can brush up.
Yes. All right. So this is an Instagram account that I found in my feed, and it was just amazing craftsmanship. I mean, obviously, we've been staring at it. She's a miniature artist, sculpture. Like, she is obviously extremely skilled in woodworking. But this little miniature cabinet desk. This is a reproduction of an actual famous desk, and I can't remember what it's called. Maybe the Wooten desk. Either way, I mean, look at it. Yeah, it's impeccable. So, and then there's another.
Make her to make it.
I don't know, but she makes lots of things. There's 2 chairs on the next slide, so you can see like she does all sorts of different furniture, and different scale. You can see the apples next to the chairs, so you can get an idea of scale. I know. Had to include it.
Well, it's funny because I didn't realize these were miniatures when I put the slides.
Oh, you didn't? Yeah, they're miniatures. The desk, what did she say? 1/3 scale. She said the desk was 1/3 scale, so I think it's a little bigger. These chairs look a little smaller, so I think she doesn't always do the same scale. So I definitely recommend checking out her Instagram if you want to see some just really cool, small, amazing pieces of what look like gorgeous antique furniture. She did this like stained glass room. She's very talented and puts a lot of detail in it, and it really does look legit.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
I want that owl on my chair.
I know.
Do I know any woodworkers? Just kidding. Second media must. Now this one's available for free on Tubi, so anybody can watch this one.
Tubi.
Tubi. It's absolutely silly, okay? But it's a movie, so it's just 2 hours of your time to watch and just escape. It's the extraordinary adventures of Adele Blanc-Sec, who's trying to find a physician to help bring her sister back to health. And
she rides a dinosaur.
Yeah, so that physician happens to be the physician of Ramses II, so he's a mummy. And so she's working with another person who has found out how to bring things back to life.
Oh.
And he starts with a pterodactyl.
Right on. Who wouldn't?
Absolutely bonkers. Okay.
Yeah.
But it was fun. It was fun to watch. And the clothing and the time period, because this is, Paris, 19 teens is when it takes place.
Mm-hmm.
So, give it a watch if you like silly. So I would say it's like Franny Fisher meets The Mummy.
Okay.
Plus Indiana Jones.
All right.
So there's my media must.
Very cute.
Let me have another drink of water before I get on to extra talking. I almost removed you. So I wanted to talk about lace. Because I love lace. And so it's ornamental openwork fabric formed by looping, interlacing, braiding, plaiting, or twisting threads. Now, what I'm focusing on is like the height of lace, which is like when it was created, 16th century to mid 1800s, and types. Before this, lace-looking things exist, but they were cut work, meaning like people sewed a design and then cut in the middle and remove that little piece of fabric. Technically, not lace, but it's lace-looking.
Mm-hmm.
But some museums will put cut work in lace displays, even though it's not technically officially lace. But we will start with when lace was developed. Early 16th century, both Flanders and Italy claim the actual creation of lace. And they likely just started at the same time. So it's almost impossible to say, yes, this person in this town, in this region, created lace first. But it was very popular amongst the wealthy because lace took, since it was all created by hand, either by, which I'll discuss here shortly, bobbin or needle, it took ages to make. And if you can imagine, like her lace ruff here, weeks, most likely, is what it took. And the two distinct types of lace making is needle lace and bobbin lace. And they also can't tell you who did needle or bobbins first. Like, they both appeared around the same time. Needle lace is a single needle. Bobbin lace entails the plaiting of many threads using wooden or other material bobbins, which I have made bobbin lace. It's a time. It takes I'm also not going to talk about crochet lace or tatted lace because those came after. They were more of a cottage industry, where this was pretty much just for the super wealthy. And here's bobbin lace. So Flanders lace, also called Point de Flandre, was made in Flanders, which is a region in Belgium. It was particularly well known for its bobbin lace, and the highest, the supreme epoch Flemish lace lasted from 1550 to 1750. And here is an image of Flanders lace that you can purchase today from $16.90 on Etsy for only $335.
Wow.
Almost 1.5 meters worth of it. And it's about, I want to say like 8 inches wide. I don't know what you would do with this apart from like framing it.
Yeah.
I mean, there are people who make period clothing, and some people do use period lace. I would be terrified to do that.
I know.
But it's up to them. I mean, it's their money. So bobbin lace was quite common. But the delicate and extravagant Flanders style was obviously just for those people. But the common bobbin lace that people learned to make themselves, because it's called torchon or peasant lace. And it can be found across Europe, usually made with flax, not falx. Flax.
Oh.
And occasionally it had a collar woven in as well. Whereas Flanders lace was almost always linen, occasionally silk, and then later on cotton. And they were only 1 to 2 inches, and they were continuous. These were used as trims. They were used for insertion, which is when you had a pretty skirt and you cut it right here and then attach those 2 pieces of fabric with the lace. And that's called insertion lace. But here are some samples of period torchon lace, which to me, I like the collar.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe I'm just a peasant. But very detailed, and they were all done on this 5-point grid. And it has a name, and I wrote it down, and now I forget what it was. But and so and then other regions developed their own styles of bobbin lace. So Honiton lace, which is in Honiton, Devon in England, it had lots of scroll work and leaves, and it was done on a pillow. And because of that, the pillow was only so big. So Honiton is what they called part lace. So they would make a design like the leaves and scrolls here, and then they would attach them to a net ground that was also bobbin laced.
Okay. Yes.
So that's part lace. The continuous lace, like here, they could just make with bobbins and just keep moving it, whereas the pieces were too big to just continue making. And I think I cannot imagine using this many bobbins. I think I made bookmarks using 8 bobbins, and that felt like a lot. And I didn't use a pillow. I had a board that I did.
Yeah. I mean, can you imagine the dreams and nightmares that the workers would have who did this all day long?
Yeah. Well, and the sad part is we don't know who they were. We know the people who wore their lace.
Right.
But the mainly women who did this work are without historical confirmation. And then we move from the UK to Brussels in Belgium. And Brussels lace, it's one of those ones I would always come across like in books. They're like, oh, this is Brussels lace or this is Honiton lace. And I was like, what is the difference? What does it look like?
Yeah.
And so Brussels lace specifically is also bobbin lace. There is another type of lace made in Brussels that gets grouped in. But when historians are talking about Brussels lace, this specific type is what they're meaning. So it's a pillow lace that's part work. And as you can see, it's like very fine. Very, very fine.
Beautiful.
But in the 17th century, there was a duchess who wanted a continuous piece of Brussels lace. And so the duchess was invented, and it's entirely made on pillow. And on the right is a small piece of that duchess lace. And it was just designed in such a way that it could be bobbined without having to do it in pieces and put it on a ground. And because you see how kind of clear it looks in the background compared to the one on the left.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's because it's all one piece versus being put on just the ground. And
it's mind-boggling how
so here is a piece of, so this is a mix of both Duchesse and Point de Gaze, which I will talk about next because it's the other kind of Brussels. So as you can see around the main part of the collar, like that would surround the neck, that's the Duchesse. And then the pieces added on are the Point de Gaze. Of course, you can buy this currently for $240 on Etsy. But the Point de Gaze, it's a needle lace. So this one is made with a single needle. And with that single needle, they make the mesh fabric and the lace look like the mesh is part of the lace. It's not appliqued onto it. And this one boggles my mind. Like, I don't get it. I don't understand how someone makes it. Like, and I was going down too many rabbit holes because I wanted to I was like, surely there's a video of somebody making needle lace, but it was hard to find. Like bobbins, I wasn't, I've done that, so that's not. And I have friends who tat, so this is the one that I'm just like, I doubt anybody does it because I can't imagine the time involved. But it only lasted until around World War I is the most common, but some people were still making it into the 30s. Though around late 1800s, that's when everything kind of started to die because of machine availability. Like machines could start to do some of this work. And also a lot of the lace, like the ground would be made on a machine, the mesh, the gauze, and then people would, in essence, embroider on it. So it wasn't technically lace so much anymore. But here's another Brussels Point de Gaze. This is a handkerchief. Look how pretty. Right?
Yeah.
Gorgeous.
Gorgeous.
I just want to touch it.
I just want to frame it and look at it on my wall.
Yes. But you could maybe find one. Never know. And here is some Point de Gaze from the 1800s. Again, this is 1¼ meters for the low price of $375. So, so the finest lace, which I was hinting at this before, so there were 3 different people involved in the construction of lace. There was the artist who would draw out the designs on paper. pattern maker who put those designs on parchment, and then the lace maker who like pinned those patterns either onto their pillow or however they were working to actually create the lace. And currently on Etsy, there are 4 pattern books available for sale, French.
Oh, wow.
They're 50% off at this very moment for $3,898.42.
Wow.
Regular price is $7,796. But I just wanted to include, so there were some fun designs in here. I was like, oh, look at this gnome with a mushroom.
Wow.
If somebody wants to buy me these books, I'll relearn how to make lace. Because these are fantastic.
They're great. There's
you know what? I think that's Snow White and the 7 Dwarfs.
I would.
Don't you think?
Yeah, I would agree. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Yeah, and then Snow White's there on the left.
Yeah.
Anyway, so there's another needle lace. This one's from France, Alençon lace or Point d'Alençon. I chose this image on the right because this is Marie Antoinette, painted by our dear Elizabeth Vigée-Lebrun. And it was very popular up until the French Revolution because obviously only the rich people could afford it, and therefore they stopped making it.
Right.
And there was a lot of information I could have gone down rabbit hole wise about, like, at one point England was like, you are not allowed to bring French or Belgian lace over. You're spending too much money on their lace. And so the Honiton lace started around that time when Flemish people had moved to France and they started their own little conclave to make lace there. But this Alençon lace, I mean, it's just very dainty and very detailed. And again, my eyes, I cannot imagine. But if you look at her dress, it's got Honiton on her cuffs and around her neckline.
Mm-hmm.
Get a look close. But okay. And then we moved to Italy, which is one of the others. So the main regions most well known for making lace was Italy, France, and Belgium, with England picking up, a far 4th spot. Pont de Venise is a Venetian needle lace. And I would just call it like more, it has more texture than the others. So it's got the scrolling and the floral patterns, but they work in reliefs as well.
Okay. So yeah, it looks more slightly dimensional.
Yeah, it has more dimension than the others. And so here is a Pont de Venise tablecloth.
Beautiful.
Available now for the low price of $400.
It's gorgeous.
And that's where I stopped because I could have kept going into like modern laces, but these are the ones and the terms that I would always come across, like when things were being described in terrible romance novels. But I personally really wanted to know the differences between these laces. And so I thought, hey, maybe y'all would like to know as well. But then the Industrial Revolution happened and lace is just no longer the same. There is somebody I followed who I should have done for my Media Must. She does bobbin lace part work. And she's got like this bright pink pillow that she does it on. And I was like, I can't imagine. Can't imagine.
Does she sew it then onto a net background?
I think so. I think it's the same. Romance novels are educational. Listen, I was in a castle, okay, in Eastern Europe. And there was this low couch, and they were like, hey, does anybody, I'm surrounded by guys. It's an economics trip. And we're sitting, and they're like, does anyone know what these low sofas were for? I was like, those are fainting couches for when their stays are too tight. They're like, oh, how'd you know that? I was like, I read romance novels.
That's cute.
Anyway,
I love it.
I do have a favorite thing I can grab.
I didn't think about it.
Gosh, okay.
Darn it. Favorite thing. Well, I have some favorite things, but I'm saving those for
videos.
Haul videos. I don't know.
Well, I will show something that I got at the barn. Hold on 1 second. Let me grab it.
Yeah. Yeah, I forget to grab the favorite thing. And everything that I'm like literally trying to scan to see if there's something I could share. But I don't see anything, you guys. I'm waiting on the new stuff as far as new things. And hi, Leanne. I'm sorry you didn't get your YouTube notice. Fainting or something. This show is my favorite thing. That's so nice.
Thanks, Jan. Because I know. Yeah. So at the Christmas in the barn, I happened upon a few pieces of blue willow, but one piece that I have not seen before is the tumbler. I got a tumbler. Look it. And then Heather, so I've had this blue willow toothbrush holder about a decade now. And whenever I get my bathroom redone, I'm going to hang it up in it. But it's got a hole for a cup. Well, kind of.
It works.
So I might have to use them together. But in the interim, I'm gonna drink from this. Should have put my water in it tonight. But oh well.
C'est la vie.
C'est la vie. Well, you have anything exciting this week?
Nothing on YouTube. Just, I mean, if I can, get my round top video, like I have enough for 2 more videos, but I haven't looked at them to decide if I want to do 2 more or just try to just do one longer one. I don't know what I'm doing, but maybe I'll have a video coming out. That needs to be the goal. So that needs to go.
My video needs to come out. I just see, the thing is, I never know when to put it out and what time is good.
Mm-hmm.
So then I end up scheduling it for a time, and then something happens to keep me from being there.
Yeah.
Like this last time, I was like, I will be home. There will be nothing. And then the cat did something. And I was like, honestly, I'm cursed with the premiere situation. So if you see it as a premiere, I may or may not be there depending on the universe. Anyway. Will you have your Sunday sale?
Yes. Yes. That's the plan. I have to tell you, I've really been doing things kind of day by day. I know I should be more scheduled and have a calendar, but I haven't been. I really have been just going day by day.
Yes, Leah,
So.
the cat does something. We don't need to discuss it. I did get a diaper on him.
Did you?
I did.
And it stayed on
for 4 minutes.
Oh. Well.
I'm pretty sure it's too small, and that was part of the problem. But
if it was too big, you'd think he'd be able to get out of it easier.
I know, but I think like it just wasn't secured around his waist enough because it was like, I'll send you a picture.
Okay.
But he couldn't. I felt so bad, but I can't take it.
Yeah.
And like he was wobbling around.
Oh.
Because he's sleeping beside me right now. So I don't know. We'll have to investigate another option.
Malcolm.
Anyway, I hope everyone has had a fantastic start to their week. And if you have not, may the rest of the week improve.
I agree. May the rest of your week improve with each and every day.
Yes. And then you can have a party on Friday.
And Karen Gillette hopes we have a rootin' tootin' week. Thanks, Karen.
All right, everybody. We're just gonna wrap it up. I hope you all
good
enjoyed this evening, and go check out our friends who will go live here shortly for various sales and other activities. And we will see you. I had some pajamas. No, if I put any more clothing on him, he will murder me in my sleep. I'm a little worried to go to sleep tonight, actually, because of the diaper.
Oh, was that for me?
She was talking about a rootin' tootin' week.
Right, but Catherine's saying she appreciates the pun.
Rootin' tootin'?
Tootin', I think. Man, Karen, I didn't even get it. It was at my expense.
I was just trying to play it off.
I didn't even push. Typical.
I needed that. Thanks, everybody. Have a good week.
Have a good night. We'll see you later. Bye, guys.